So this is a very challenging career, but as long as we can, meet the challenges and solve the problems, I would say that this is a very fulfilling job.
Robin J.C. Cheng has been a member of Taiwan's Foreign Service for 3 decades, and in that time, he served at several posts across the United States as well as in Tuvalu. This week, Cheng, who now serves as Taiwan's representative to Denmark, talks about what enticed him to join the diplomatic corps and what he hopes to achieve during his stint as the head of the Taipei Representative Office in Denmark.
I went to the law school of Soochow University, but at very early stage, I realized that I didn't have what it take to practice law. So after graduating from law school, I went straight to serve my military duty as a second lieutenant in the military police. And after finishing my military duty, I got job in the private sector. And after working for 2 years for two different companies, I kind of got lost. So I quit the job and went back to the campus to study at the graduate school of American Studies at Tamkang University. And during that time, I noticed some of my classmates, they were preparing for foreign service exam. That's when I learned that I could have this opportunity to become a diplomat. So after 1 year of preparation, I was fortunately enough to pass that exam. For Taiwan's diplomatic system is 6 years out, 3 years on home assignment. And during those 6 years overseas assignment, one could serve in one or maybe two or even three places. And it's just like that, 3 years in Taiwan and 6 years overseas, back and forth until you come to the age of retirement.
Okay. So tell me about your early assignments. Where did you go? What did you do?
Got my first overseas assignment in Washington, D.C. And after that, I've been transferred back to D.C. for another 2 times. And in total, I spent about 10 years in Washington, D.C., and another 3 years in Atlanta, Georgia, and another 3 years in one of our diplomatic allies in the South Pacific, Tuvalu.
Oh, you were in Tuvalu as well.
Yeah, for almost 3 years.
But you came to Denmark from the United States, right?
Yeah, from Washington, D.C. about 1.5 years ago.
How much longer do you think you're going to stay here before you're asked to go back to Taipei?
Actually, my 6 years overseas assignment this time will be completed in July. But as the head of the mission, the term here is kind of flexible. So it's really up to our headquarters in Taipei to see when they will summon me back to Taipei.
Okay, the United States is probably a lot more exciting, perhaps is the word I will use here in this context. It's a little bit more exciting than it is in Denmark. What was the transition like for you going from being deputy representative to who is now the vice president to becoming the ambassador to this post?
One of the challenges of being a diplomat is that you have to, adapt to the environment and adjust yourself at the very short period of time. And when I was working in Washington, D.C. this time as the deputy to Ambassador Shao, as we all know that she's very capable, and all I had to do is just taking care of the office operation. But here in Copenhagen, I have to venture outside and also take care of the office operation at the same time. So it's really different.
If you were to look at your list of priorities for what we can achieve for Taiwan in this office, what would number 1, number 2, number 3 be for you?
I would say that first is to enhance the cooperation between our two sides. Between Taiwan and Denmark, our cooperation in, say, renewable energy, like wind power, is already very strong and it keeps going. And also in other areas like agriculture and also the exchange of talents. We have some very capable young Taiwanese professionals being recruited by major industry here in Denmark, from pharmaceutical company to big architecture firms. And also in the future, we would like to see if we could have this cooperation in quantum in the industry related to this area. And the second thing is that let more people know about Taiwan and to gain more friendship and support here, and also encourage the exchange between our two peoples. As you know that in Taiwan, we are very strong in terms of our manufacturing of our industries. And here in Denmark, they are also very good at designing and creativity and research. And if we can put these two together, I would say that the potential for our cooperation is very promising.
Okay. If you had to pick an industry where you think Taiwan can begin going into further exchanges with Denmark, what would that industry be and why?
I would say quantum, because 1 month ago, my office, together with our Council of Science and Technology, have this quantum forum held here at Copenhagen University, and we have experts from two sides to give lectures, to exchange ideas. We found that there's a lot of things we can do together, and there's a lot of area we can, explore together for our future cooperation.
If you had to pick one memorable thing that's happened to you since you arrived here from the US so far, what would that be? Weather notwithstanding.
I would say it's the arrangement of our former president Tsai Ing-wen to visit Copenhagen last May. That was the first high-ranking officials to visit Denmark and to attend the Copenhagen Democracy Summit. And through the visit, we not only help more people here to learn about the existence of Taiwan, and also I was so glad that I had this opportunity to gather the young professionals working from Taiwan, working in Denmark, to meet with President Tsai. And President Tsai, she herself was also amazed by how many young professionals from Taiwan have been working here and to be recruited by the major industries here. And I think that's the thing that I will remember for a long, long time.
Okay, what is the most challenging issues you've had to face here?
It's about that residence card issue. You know, from time to time, we receive the complaints from our overseas compatriots living here about this issue. And first, we have to let them know that we've been working on it, and we also have to forward their dissatisfaction and their complaints to the Danish government. We hope that the issue could be solved in future or maybe very soon.
If we had to talk about a career highlight, not just about what you've done here, but on the whole, what would a big career highlight for you be?
The most memorable experience I have in my career is accompanying Ambassador Kim Xiao in 2021 to receive the vaccine donated by the United States. I was posted in Washington, D.C. this time in 2020 during the height of the pandemic. And by early 2021, when Taiwan experienced a wave of upticks of confirmed cases, we started to feel the pressure to acquire vaccines for our people back in Taiwan. And there were two ways that we can do that. First is to request an early delivery of our vaccines we order from the supplier. But at the time, it's almost impossible because when the whole world was fighting for a vaccine, so we resort to the second option, which is to persuade our American friends to donate vaccines to us.
How many vaccines were there at the time?
Actually, at the beginning, it's 750,000 doses announced by Senator Tammy Duckworth when she visited Taiwan. But later, our American friends in the virtual meeting, they said, "Oh, we are going to give you more." And at the time, I remember it was like 1.5 million or 2 million. The actual doses turned out to be 2.5 million.
Now, for young people who want to enter the Foreign Service, what would you say to them?
I would say that this is a tough job, but we need young and capable people to join us. And as we see that actually we have made tremendous progress in recent decades. For example, our relations with European countries have improved quite a lot in recent years. And it all thanks to our colleagues posted in this area and also those working tirelessly back in our home office. So this is a very challenging career, but as long as we can meet the challenges and solve the problems, I would say that this is a very fulfilling job.
You are listening to Ambassador Robin J.C. Cheng, Director of the Taipei Representative Office in Denmark. I'm Hope Go. You can catch this and past episodes of Taiwan Talk on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you download your podcasts. Thank you for tuning in.